Hi friends, welcome to Stamping with Wow. It's Jennifer Sasaki, your favorite Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm going to be doing a scrap page for you. It's a cute little Valentine themed. The picture comes from a Snapchat filter. I love those teddy bear heart ears. And if you look into the right top corner is the scrap layout I'm gonna do, and then there's some stamp sets. So that's the scrap layout. I found that on Pinterest, and I'm gonna try to copy it to the best of my ability with my own flair, obviously. And then I'm gonna be using the Forever Always and the Heartfelt stamp sets. The Forever and Always, I think I really only use the die cuts. That's Real Red Satin ribbon, and the designer series paper I'm using comes from the Valentine's collection that we have, and it's called True Love Designer Series paper. And then I will also be using Real Red Cardstock, Sahara Sand, Blushing Bride. Those two 6x6 pieces of designer series paper I don't end up using. I'm using the heart punches from our annual catalog, and I'm going to be using that tag punch as well from our annual catalog. I end up not using the vellum doilies, but they were a thought. So I'm cutting this paper to 4.5 inches by 8.5, the piece of Real Red, and I'm going to lay that on top of that designer series paper with my picture on top. Later on, I'm going to go back in and emboss that Real Red using the Scripty 3D embossing folder. That piece of Sahara Sand I'm cutting to 2 inches, a hair shorter than 2 inches, because I'm going to use the tag punch and create that into a very long tag. Still trying to get all my ideas in focus here. So I'm measuring it now with a ruler so I can put a banner at the bottom. So I just put a cut down the center, and then I meet the ends to the center, and I get that little V angle out. Now this is Blushing Bride cardstock, and I'm going to be using the heart punches on this. Sorry, I'm actually below the camera. I have a bad habit of doing this. I really got to work on this. So there's two different heart punches. One has a scallop on the edges, and the other's just a straight edge. And I'm going to be stamping on these in a moment. So I'm using the Heartfelt stamp set, and this stamp set's pretty nice. It has quite a bit of different hearts you can stamp onto the punches. And so technically I punched out my hearts already, but I'm going to end up stamping them on cardstock again and then punching them out. So I tried to manually punch or stamp, and I just couldn't get the surface right. It was a brand new heart stamp, and I couldn't get the ink. So I brought out my Stamparatus to get this so I could stamp it multiple times to get the correct saturation. I even found that the rubber pad that I was using was causing too much cushion, and I wasn't keeping the detail that I wanted from the stamps, because this stamp is a really detailed stamp. So I end up using my silicone mat for just a slight bit of cushion, and the inking process seems to go much better at this point. So I'm doing one scallop heart in Real Red ink, and then I'm going to clean that up, and I'm going to change it to the black Memento's black ink. So the Real Red, I had to stamp it twice in the Stamparatus to get the saturation of ink I wanted. And now I'm trying not to work into the corner of the Stamparatus where it's really hard to get the pressure down. So I'm trying to stay more in the center of the Stamparatus. So I'm placing my stamp to placement, and now I'm going to put the Memento's black ink on there. I think I end up having to do this 3 times or something. So there's the first go. This stamp just has a lot of detail. See all that detail? Well, after a few times of going back and forth and pushing with the foam mat, the edges got real saturated. And all I'm really trying to do is get that center heart saturated. So this time I just go in with the ink pad in the center because I don't really want to over ink the edges. Just trying to get that center more of a solid. So I get it to the best I'm going to do for the day. Like, I was satisfied with it. It's a scrapbook page. It doesn't have to look like it was manufactured. And now I'm going to punch those out. Just lining up those edges in the punch. And there we have it. So I don't end up using that little rubber arrow stamp. And now I'm just going to put my pieces back together the way I wanted it. I really like that Blushing Bride cardstock. I think the Real Red ink and the black Mementos ink showed up nicely on them. They kind of remind me of boxes of chocolate, you know, from the good old days. I don't know. They probably do still have heart boxes, but I remember as a kid they were very extravagant heart boxes. So the satin Real Red ribbon that's sliding through the tag, that's in our annual catalog in the ribbon section. And this black and white string is baker's twine, is in our Playful Pet suite. It comes with another ribbon, but I didn't need that one in this particular scrapbook page. So I'm just putting all my goodies together now and trimming that little tail off of my twine. So I'm going to start, it looks like I'm almost done with all the components of the scrapbook page I'm going to do. But I think in a minute I'm going to decide to emboss that red paper in the background. Oh, first I'm going to put, on the Heartfelt stamp set, there's a tiny love, and I just wanted to put that in the center stamp. I think that looks really cute, that little, it's just the tiniest word of love, and then I think it had a comma after. It was really cute. So there's a stamp cut and embossing folder I'm going to use, and that's the Scripty one. And then also, oh yeah, I forgot, I'm going to use the die cuts that are called Always Dies. They're part of the Valentine's suite. What's it called? Love You Always Sweet collection. And so I did them in the gold foil, and after I did them I remembered that we carry this foam adhesive sheets. And so what you're supposed to do is adhere your cardstock to the foam adhesive and then die cut it out. But I remembered it afterwards. So after I get this gold foil, then I'm going to go die cut the foam sheets. Here I am with the foam sheet die cutted. And then I'm going to stick the word to the foam. Now, I don't advise doing this. I really advise, like, I should have just scrapped this and redid it for the foam, because I spent, oh my goodness, probably at least 10 minutes trying to line this foam, this very sticky foam, to the gold foiled words of Love Always. It wasn't worth that much effort. It would have been a lot better had I just canned that and redone it all together the way you're supposed to. But, you know, it didn't seem like a task until I got into it. It's that the foam is so sticky, it sticks to itself. So it would be much better to have the cardstock already on the word cutouts. But it came out really cute, and I wouldn't have achieved the foam lift had I not used these foam adhesive sheets. But just remember to die cut them out with the cardstock already on. So I tried to use the silicone sheet to hold the sticky foam down while I was manipulating it, but it just doesn't stick to the silicone. So, well, maybe what I could have done was placed it down on my scrapbook page, but my scrapbook page isn't mounted yet, so I don't have anything down yet I haven't adhered anything down yet. So now I'm getting the idea of adding, let me put the A on there and see if that doesn't help contain some of this stickiness I'm dealing with. Because just to get to that A free was impossible. So the first mistake I made was forgetting to die cut it together. The second mistake I made was I removed the paper backing on the foam when I should have left the paper backing on the foam and tried to just get this gold foil on the top of the cutout word. Anyways, eventually I get through this. It was fun. Not really. But I love how it came out. So in the end, it's not sometimes it's, I guess they say the journey's part of the process. But hopefully this will teach me not to forget to use the foam when I'm cutting out words I want bumped up. But I love the words in the gold that say the love always, and I think it just adds a nice amount of glimmer to this particular page. So now we got the always done, and we still got to do the love, believe it or not. Yep, there's the love. The L went pretty smooth because the L's separate from the of. So this part goes pretty smooth. It just takes a lot of finesse with a very sticky, it's just so sticky. The good news is it's so sticky. It will really make a difference. See how nice and simple that love went on? And then the OVE goes on pretty quick too, because the always just was way too big of a word. So as soon as I can get the paper backing off the OVE, it'll go pretty smooth. But it's so sticky, and I'm reliving this. I actually did this morning, and this afternoon I'm doing the voiceover. So here we're almost there. Thank goodness for my take your pick tool. Yes, I did cut out some of the struggle because we probably would have been here another 10 minutes. This video was originally 1 hour and 10 minutes, and I time-lapsed it to a double time, and then I cut out a lot of like no activity moments where I must have been looking for something, or I was thinking, so I just cut out those extras and this struggle with the foam adhesive sheets. So now I just I just embossed that Scripty font on that paper, so it looks really cute. It just gave it more texture, more dimension. And I am about done with this scrapbook page, but I'm looking at my my iPad, the image I have from Pinterest, and I noticed there's some little banner pendant type color up in the left hand corner. So I'm just using a banner punch that I have. It's not Stampin' Up. Everything else I have been using has been Stampin' Up to this point. But, you know, I could have cut those out myself, but why when you have a punch? So now I have the Pearl Basic. They're really cute. They're white pearls. They have a nice satin finish to them. And what I've learned recently is that I can change the color of them using a blending marker. So the first marker I used was a Real Red, and now I'm coming in with the Blushing Bride blending markers. And I'm just giving them a little bit of color so that they coordinate with my page. It's like making custom embellishments. Can't beat that, right? So I just love how they look, and I just love how it's going to help my page with coordination. So now I'm going to start mounting. There goes the picture. And then we're gonna, so I used the Stampin' Seal Plus to mount my picture, and because this is embossed, this card, the Real Red Cardstock, I'm using the Tombow ink. I feel like it goes into the nooks and crannies of an embossed paper better than using a surface adhesive. And then I'm gonna adhere again using my Tombow adhesive, liquid adhesive. I put a drop of it behind that ribbon so that ribbon wouldn't move around. The ribbon was a little loose, so I didn't want that to come off. So here I'm applying my hearts. I'm doing the two outside ones so that I can center the middle one, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the middle heart just to give it a little bump. There they go. It's so cute. Just love this page. And it came out really cute. Now I'm adding my Love Always in the gold foiling, and it's popped up with that foam adhesive sheets. And I really love how that came out. I think that gold foiling for a title just really made it pop. So I'm pretty spot on with my Pinterest scrapbook in the corner there, except they used, it looks like 3 photos. I only used 1 photo, and I'm okay with that. I feel like that's really fine. So here I'm just gluing a cluster of these pendants together, and I'm going to put them in that left hand corner, and I'm going to add those basic pearls around those pendants. The ones I did in red are going to go around the pendants, and the ones I did in Blushing Bride are going to go around the hearts at in the center bottom. So there it is. I think the page came out really cute. I loved, oh, sorry, forgot. I'm going to add some sparkly bits by adding, I'm going to do some, not misting, obviously. I'm taking Tim Holtz metallic sprays, and I'm splattering the gold onto my page. It'll coordinate with my Love Always, and it'll just kind of give it an imaginary line from the pendants down to the Love Always. I think it came out really cute. Really happy with the overall of this page. So right now we have celebration going on between January 5th and February 28th. Every $50 you spend can... Hi, sorry the video cut off. I was still talking and the video ended. So our celebration is going on from January 5th through February 28th. And for every $50 you spend between our January through June mini catalog and our annual catalog, you will get free product. There's a whole celebration like flyer catalog on its own, and it shows you all the different products you can get. Some product, it's all stamps and designer series paper. Some are you get free with a $50 purchase, and some are you get free with a $100 purchase. There's a really cute berries stamp set with some designer series paper. Now that one together is a $100 purchase. And there's just a lot of great stuff in there, so you don't want to miss out on that good stuff. And you could easily order this True Love suite that we were using to make this scrapbook page to help you get there. If you have any questions or want some help ordering, just reach out to me and I'd be happy to help you. Thanks a lot. And don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Bye.